Hey man, we are back and we got a fun one for you now. We're calling this segment the trial of Lil Wayne, worthy or not. All right, so everybody knows about the controversy with Jay Z choosing K Dot to be the Super Bowl performer for the Super Bowl that's going to take place in New Orleans in 2025. And we all have heard Lil Wayne, as well as Cash Money members, as well as Young Money millionaires members, and their disdain for the choice of K Dot as the performer. And Wayne did his whole soliloquy on why he was disappointed, and we get that. So we're going to allow Kev and Malcolm give their arguments for why it should or shouldn't be, and then I will come in and give my judgment at the end. Because again, you'll hear me, interject throughout, but this is how we're going to do the trial for Lil Wayne. Is he worthy or not to do to should he have been the one to be the performer in New Orleans for the Super Bowl? All right, fellas, let's get into it, man. I think that age before beauty. So we're gonna let Kev jump in. Kev, your argument on yay or nay, worthy or not, Lil Wayne for the Super Bowl.
Shockingly, I'm gonna say a no. I think that when so many people said Little Wayne is New Orleans, pick Little Wayne, and then you heard, oh, Hot Boys reunion, No Limit is coming out. It started all these artists coming out with Little Wayne, and I think that for me, if you want to justify Little Wayne, why all these guest performers? Because it takes away from his performance. You know what I mean? Like, I think the halftime show is 25 minutes, something like that. If No Limit comes out, that's at least 10. That's half your time right there. A Hot Boys reunion is another what? Each one has to say something. So how much time does Lil Wayne have if you have all these other people? And for people to even say Lil Wayne and guess, I don't think it justified his point. Another thing I people don't realize is that a lot of times when these artists do these Super Bowl halftime shows, they have a something to promote. A lot of times the artists have albums coming out. Lil Wayne don't have no album coming out, and I don't. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think nobody is pressed to hear a Lil Wayne album in 2024. It's so hard because right now Kendrick honestly might have the song of the year out of every genre of music. It's real hard to say Not Like Us is not the number one song right now. So the person who has the number one song right now not get rewarded with something at the end of the day seems crazy. And then I'll say this. Out of everything, you can feel however you want about Lil Wayne in a positive manner. I've asked people this question. How many times have you heard someone said Lil Wayne put on a great performance? And everyone I asked that question paused and they had to think about it. And no one could actually say they remember a time they heard Lil Wayne put on a great performance. And I'm like, how many times have you heard someone say they can't wait till Lil Wayne comes to their town to do a show? And everyone still is sitting there like just stuck. And it's nothing to take away from him, but I don't necessarily think his music transitions well to a live audience. That's not to say he don't have no hits or no classics or nothing, but it's different. It's different. Everybody, just because you got a hit, don't necessarily mean your hit can transition to the stage. And this is honestly, that's honestly that might be the biggest night, bigger than the Grammys, because uh a lot of people don't want to sit through the Grammys, but they'll sit through that 20 something 30 minutes of a halftime show. So it's one of the biggest shows of the year, and it's nice that, it'd be nice, if New Orleans was represented in some way, but not Lil Wayne though. It's just not Lil Wayne. It's not Lil Wayne, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he could. I don't think he could do something by himself to justify the performance. So that's my thing.
All right, that's what's up. And that was our first attorney giving their arguments on why he shouldn't be there. And I will concur on several of his points. The first one being that, as far as I've seen in a Lil Wayne show, he is not the best performer. He will jump around the stage. He will do some kind of a hyperactive movement, but in general, I don't know what type of show you get from him, except for something similar to like a karaoke show. People who know his hit songs and will sing them as with them, or sing them as he holds the mic out. And also on the part as far as this being such a big show. I agree with him on that. And that makes it even more a thing for him not to be there. If you think about Lil Wayne's catalog, how family friendly is his catalog? At least with some of the rap performers that have come before him, there's certain songs that people can recognize because of the clean versions, and don't know that there are, there's the explicit versions. If they do, they're okay with the clean versions. Whereas I will leave this to Malcolm as he get ready to give his argument. But to me, his biggest songs, are quite sexually suggestive or quite violent suggestive. So I don't know um, how that plays on a prime time network being watched all over the world. And again, we always have to keep in mind we're talking about not just America. This is being UK, Germany, Russia, Australia, New Zealand, Africa, South America, Brazil. Everyone is not as free or as 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 open to music the way we are. So with that, I'm gonna move on to Malcolm. Malcolm, your argument for the trial of Lil Wayne, is he worthy to be the guy for the Super Bowl, or is he not?
He is worthy. I don't care about what he has produced recently or if people are checking for him. 50 Cent was able to be a part of the Super Bowl, and I don't think anyone's checking for his new music. So I believe that since it was determined that the Super Bowl would be in New Orleans this year, and the majority of the fans that will be there will be first coming from New Orleans and the state of Louisiana, I believe that it would be only right to allow to allow him to be a part of the performance along with the Hot Boys, possibly even Young Money, Cash Money, um, all of them. Just as a tribute to the area of the city. So, even though his music is um, at times vulgar and not the easiest to listen to with in public for all audiences. I think that just for the Super Bowl, it could be, since they monetize the performance, they make a lot off of the the performances. So a lot of viewers would tune in to see um, Lil Wayne perform. Kendrick as well. So I don't really I would like to see Lil Wayne, but Kendrick is not a bad option either because he's currently riding the recent popularity is gained nationally and worldwide. Not like he hasn't been popular or top of you know rap charts, but he's back in the mix now, and it's more relevant than Lil Wayne. So I'm 50-50. I don't really have any bias. I would have wanted another artist other than either one of them. So if it's out of both of them, it's up to whoever is able to determine that. So
All right, that's what's up. And I'll jump in and just say I agree with your sentiments on uh, people of a certain age could care less if he is performing on the stage. They know he'll hire some dancers and they'll do their thing as long as you get to hear those hits that he made. I agree with that. What I disagree with, and you're welcome to jump back in, very few performers were able to perform in their home state. The reason why Dre was lucky is that they've had so many Super Bowls in Los Angeles that by the time it got to this one, they were like, "Well, we out of people." So, and again, it's very as a performer, you do have to pay for your own show. So Dre was like, "Hey, this is a nice move for me. It puts me back out in the ether. It also allowed me to have my friends here and let them do a little something, just a special event, to commemorate a legend." So he is the one exception. I'll give you a prime example. The Super Bowl in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Prince was alive. And guess who performed at that event? Justin Timberlake. Okay. So why not have Prince perform in Minnesota and Minneapolis, Minnesota? That's just not how it works. I think it's a little small of him to throw a tantrum about something like this when, to my knowledge, Drake has been asked to perform at the Super Bowl at least twice. And if Drake wasn't the person he is, he would have done that in order to bring out Lil Wayne, in order to bring out Young Money. You know what I mean? He could have done the same thing. I know it would have been under Drake, but still, it could have been a nice nod towards the person who put him on, which was Young Money and Lil Wayne. I'm going to ask if there are any closing arguments, gentlemen. Kev, any closing arguments?
I mean, not really. I mean, it's just it's a I love everyone's enthusiasm behind it. I love the fact that so many people um are actually commenting on it and making it a thing. Um it just shows that Lil Wayne's impact on rap is still there. I mean, he has a few features over the past couple years or so, but nothing like no real music. And but just that love, you know what I mean? Just so many people just like want to stand up for him, want to speak out for him, and actually want to see him actually do this show. um I mean, be honest with you, I could care less. I could care less. I would prefer he not do it because, like I said, I don't think no one has really actually. You never really heard no one say this big thing about a Lil Wayne performance, but at the same time, I don't think he's going to put on a good show. I think it'd be a lot of screaming. Um,
why
they said
wouldn't
he
it be
got
a
to hit.
good show if it's in New Orleans and
Like I
he's
said,
doing it for the
one
people?
One, I
He's
think, I
doing it
think, I
for
think he'll
them.
be. I don't know if he'll be rapping. I think he'll be screaming his verses instead of rapping. They saying that he has a history now of forgetting lyrics. I would hate to see him. I would hate to see
It's
him
the Super Bowl. This is not going to happen. This is not a regular concert.
if they said that. If they said They said hip hop, like a hip hop honors, New Orleans edition or New Orleans honors hip hop, and you brought like everyone wanted to see. I could take that because you'll get a little bit of Wayne, you'll get and you know what I'm mad about? Everybody that stood up for Young Money and Cash Money, nobody said Big Timers. The Big Timers would tear it down. The Big Timers could headline the Super Bowl over Lil Wayne, and I would enjoy that more.
I'm with you on that. Thank you for your closing arguments. Uh, Attorney Malcolm, do you have any closing arguments in the trial of Lil Wayne? Is he worthy or is he not?
No one is getting excited except for a certain faction of people for big timers. Lil Wayne, it's more people. Simple. And it makes sense. But he's not trending as highly as Kendrick is. Simple. It's all right. I don't care. I'm gonna watch it anyway. So
All right. And with that, I have a easy judgment, and I think I'm going to call it like it is. It's a mistrial, and who gives a damn? And that was our trial on Lil Wayne. Is he worthy or is he not? All right, gentlemen. Thank you guys for another great uh, episode, podcast, whatever you want to call it. I really enjoyed tonight. I was able to learn a little something about Future, and I was able
Oh,
to.
can I say one thing before we get out, man? I forgot to do this at the top of the show.
Yep.
Rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan. He was a some people think he was a one-hit wonder, but
who
he's
said that?
it's people out here who think he's a one-hit wonder.
They don't know
It's
who the
not people that
artist
know
is,
his
obviously.
career, but Rich Homie Quan had an impact on rap as a whole. Even the young and old, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't just he's just one of those modern day artists that kind of transcended the young and the old crowd. And it sucks that he wasn't able to get the recognition that he should have gotten while he was still here. But condolences to his family, his friends, and we want to make sure we honor and show love to everybody. And like I said, I apologize. I try to get the sadness out the way early, but I had to make notes to remember to make sure we show him some love.
Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate you with that. Again, we thank you guys so much. Again, for our commenters, we ask that you guys keep staying in touch, man. Let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, what else you'd like to hear about, any questions you'd like us to talk about. And again, look out for us on Patreon. We got something really good coming up with that. We got some live shows coming up as well. We're just trying to figure out how to maneuver the algorithm for YouTube as far as foul language and music rights. So we're working on that, but we got some good conversations coming to you, and we're looking real forward to it on our Patreon. Please, we'll give you that information soon, so you can join us on Patreon, because those are going to be that's where you're going to get the most in-depth part of us having a conversation, and we're also going to have a lot more people on guests on the Patreon side, because on the Patreon side you can be a little more free. So a lot of the guests that we would like to have on, they can't be as free as they like, based on again language and we're trying to monetize these shows, people. So with that, we gotta stick to whatever the algorithm tells us. The rules have been set for YouTube as well as any other platform. I'm gonna let Malcolm give his last 2 cents before we get out of here. Malcolm, anything you want to say about this show or future shows coming up?
Look forward to the next one.
All right, that's what's up, man. Again, we really appreciate you guys so much. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Follow us on all social media. As you can see, we are under Mix Air Rap on all platforms. We got reels out there. Um, we got a lot of stuff going on, and we just appreciate all your support. And we hope that you enjoyed tonight, and that you keep supporting us. And with that, we out of here. Peace.